You really do need to. I know you started. Start again.
Once again, 10 seconds of silence, and 3 seconds in, Tyrone makes a sound.
Yeah, 3.5.
Well, it's well, you're improving.
Are you gonna start this over again, or we're just gonna go into it?
We'll just go
rock and roll, improv.
We'll just go into it from here. You say start over, and then it's like, shit, we've started already.
Well, I didn't know you'd press the record button. By the way, people have fucked up the silence, the 10-second silence again. Yeah.
So, this is...
It's coming a fucking fig now, so it's our wee fig. Eating racism.
We're not allowed to be racist.
Yeah, we've banned racism. So what did you do this week?
Well, it is Sauntercast number 2.
Sauntercast number 2.
Well, I thought we'll just start off what we've done this week. And, well, the only thing I'd done this week was job interview yesterday, and then...
How did it go?
Well, I went down, right? And I was there before the interviewers were there. Like, that's
always a good sense of it. You're eager.
So I went down about 8:30, sitting there, and they come in. And it was just a normal interview. I was like, 8
in the morning?
Well, yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck that. You might not go there. Okay, so you went down 8:30.
I don't know why you said I'm not doing that job when I was the one doing it.
Because it's an option.
So I go in, it's just a normal interview, and I was like nervous and mumbling. But they asked one question that really put me off.
What?
They said, have you ever been intimate with a customer?
What?
And they said,
this is for Starbucks, by the way, people.
They said,
you want some coffee and a blowjob?
Have you ever been intimate with a customer? And I said, can you explain what you mean? He goes, have you ever been intimate with a customer thus improving the service?
Alright, fuck off.
I swear to God now.
Bullshit. And then I'm going to Starbucks if you just
I said, can you give me an example? He goes, starting a conversation. I was like, oh, right.
I started a conversation, not finger.
Yeah. That was the kind of thing. Like, what kind of...
yeah, here's a coffee. Can I feel your boobs?
That's the kind of thing. So
that's fucked up. So you went for your interview.
And then it was just, and other things, when you're doing the application form, because I'd done the application form while I was there.
Yeah.
And then at the time, I was like, shit, I can't spell any words wrong here. And then I was up for the position of barista, but I didn't know how to spell barista.
What the fuck's barista?
It's a coffee person.
Alright.
But I didn't know how to spell barista.
Huh?
So I was sitting there going, well, I can't write down, I want to be a barista, but I don't know how to spell it. And so I just lied and just said, oh, what's the official term? And it's like, it's barista. It's like, oh, grand, you can just put it down there.
Aye.
And it's
just spell, please.
Right. And then off to there, Belfast, met Jack, got the Wii, brought it back here.
And played Wii for about
and I also got Rockstar table tennis, because this is my exciting anecdote of the week.
Yeah.
I was watching BBC 4 at about 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And this documentary about table tennis came on.
About table tennis? Brilliant. But there's a reason why it's on at like 2:30 in the morning.
It tried to present table tennis as this really edgy kind of, this game. And this guy called us like Johnny Strichman or something like that. He goes, when I started the game, I was the best there was. And I remember going into bars and saying, look at that guy there. I bet I could beat him at table tennis.
This is probably good, yeah.
And then there was this bit, right, because they were talking about, this was the big, they were building up, saying, that the 1951 World Championships, a force was about to be unleashed on the world that would change the face of table tennis forever. Right? Yeah. Then the word sponge flashed on screen.
Sponge,
right?
Bob.
So you're thinking, what the fuck are you talking about, right? They go, and then they'll use really
chord music.
No, like Square Pusher or Apex, when really crazy bass and electronic drums, like then Satorigato. Japan. and then you just had somebody why you have the interviews and go, Motoro hair, and then the really bad dub goes, in 1951, Satori came and he wasn't even the best player on the team, and then Johnny came on and goes, Sato, I remember seeing him on a couple of circuits and he was pretty bad, and then he goes, and then he came in this championships and he had this little card case and he unzipped it.
That's it. I'm picturing him with like a leather briefcase.
Right, this is what he had. And he comes out, and this was the big reveal. This is the thing that changed table tennis forever. This is the defining moment in table tennis, right? According to this documentary, the thing that was built up for 20 minutes, and I sat there watching it. And here's what it said: Tori Sato put sponge on each side of his bat, thus changing the game forever.
Man!
And then this guy started freaking out. He goes, I couldn't hear the ball when he hit it. And he goes, I've destroyed my game forever. When
use your fucking eyes. Instead of using your ears, look at him hit the ball.
So
that was the highlight of your week.
That was one of the highlights of my week.
Oh my god.
And watching Life is Beautiful. because I watched it and I never felt it. The film, I just cried like a baby throne.
Yeah, well, we've already had this conversation, and I'm not rehabbing it with you again.
Because Throne cried at Meet Joe Black, and
it's a good movie. I just know the top 10 of all time greats.
So, if you're even listening to it, I don't know how many listeners have we got.
I grew up to like 1.5 or something.
That's pretty good. Like,
there's a midget somewhere.
So if that one listener has heard both Meet Joe Black or watched Meet Joe Black and Life is Beautiful,
I've probably cried.
You can email us at
sauntercast@hotmail.co.uk
and say he was the right one for crying.
Me, certainly. So you went for a Starbucks interview, played Wii, and watched a documentary on table tennis.
That's been my week, like.
So it's been a good week. So it has.
I'd like to see you top it.
And what did you do for Valentine's Day? You sat and jerked off, probably.
Like
listen to the podcast.
What am I supposed to do? Like go to one of the bars.
Have a romantic meal for one.
Go take your dailies and go. Right, pulling pints there. I like your breasts.
Get out. That's the 4 times today you scared and said that. Well, this week I've done the Valentine's Day. I made a meal and all. Because I'm a cheapskate, I had to make it. Well, my mom made the meal. So I don't know.
Petrol value. And beer special.
No, my mom made a spaghetti bolognese, and I made a rather fucking. I have to make this dessert. It was quite nice. It's like chocolate in a cup. Doesn't sound right. It sounds like it, but it's really good.
Chocolate in a cup.
Apart from that, I was at Junk Shop 1 today. So did you see the Guardian this week?
No.
On the front of the Guardian, it says like IRA camp found in Antrim. I saw this today. What the fuck? I've not been informed of this. And like it says because I thought a car podcast and I only read the headline and I'm already getting a storyline from it or a story from it. Yeah. But it was like an IRA camp found in Antrim or something.
I'm guessing it's a Vietnamese set of funnels.
Yeah. Although a steeple. And it all goes to fucking Park Hall and stuff. It's just really messing people's heads. There's been that there. There's been the guy in Caledon in County Tyrone who stabbed 4 people. Oh, for a laugh.
It was really, really good because it was just like, and the news reporter goes, he kind of went mad, and he just thought, I'm gonna get this 12-inch knife and just start
stabbing people. And I didn't even know about it. Art told me like 2 days after. He went, "Oh, you hear about that person who stabbed 4 people?" And I went, "What?" And like the obvious question was, why did he do it?
See, London, don't know. Right? London has this here. Some kids start messing about with guns and everything. That's
there's that.
Caledon, you go in you just walk. You can't even walk around Caledon without being stabbed.
The thing is, Caledon is a shop, a man and his welly boot. That is Caledon. I'm surprised that, let alone, right, 4 people were stabbed, but 4 people were in Caledon to get stabbed. What's that all?
They were refurbishing a shop or something.
There was that there. Then did you hear about the rats in Belfast?
No.
There was a bunch of people were police.
Right before
it's a long story.
Before you start saying there was riots in Belfast, were you reading it like in a 30-year-old Belfast television?
It wasn't. It was my ma and my brother were telling me. I was a bit drunk, but then it came up on UTV News, so it did. Apparently, like a bunch of people from North Belfast went into the city centre, started smashing up shops. Police arrested them, and then a bunch of other people from like the same part of North Belfast went and kidnapped some girl to try and get her, like, you know why they've been kidnapping people and trying to get them to like open up a post office. And they're not there, and they were like, this is like one big ass mad crime spree. It's like fucking Grand Theft Auto. That's what it sounded like the way to do it.
That's my dream. Grand Theft Auto Belfast.
Grand Theft Auto Belfast or Dublin.
Not even Dublin, because you just be stuck in traffic or trying to
stuck in traffic. Blow up the spike.
Jesus Christ, and you're trying to get through, and there's people going to Crow.
Yeah.
But if it was
Belfast would be brilliant.
You just go drive around City Hall all day.
If Rockstar, if representatives from Rockstar are listening to this, I
about?
highly doubt it. I doubt it. So, but Highland's optimistic, so is it? Yeah. They are. If they are listening, please make Grand Theft Auto Belfast.
I think it's going to be.
There's a picture. There's like a mock-up of Grand Theft Auto Belfast.
Grand Theft Auto West Belfast.
To the limits of West Belfast. It would be a good game, I've seen a mock-up for Dublin as well.
The voice have to be pretty, like you just couldn't put up with it at all.
Yeah, you would have to put it in mute. What would the music be? It would just be like fucking Tiesto or something. Boom, 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 boom. Oh shit.